Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So today we have something a little bit sad, and there's a little story behind this car. This is a 2014 Subaru Crosstrek. Customer took it to a local quick lube. We won't name any names. We're not about calling people out. So took it to a local quick lube, and they accidentally drained the transmission fluid instead of engine oil. And they didn't catch this mistake. They proceeded to put 5 quarts of engine oil in it after draining the transmission fluid. They never drained the engine oil, so we have a transmission with no fluid and an engine that is 5 quarts overfilled. They then proceeded to drive it out of the bay and hand the keys to the customer. How this car even drove out of the bay with no fluid in it is beyond me. But it did. It shuddered. It didn't like it. Got check engine lights, got transmission codes. So we are going to hopefully salvage this tragic event. And we're going to put transmission fluid in it and do a proper oil change. And fingers crossed, this car has no issues. Now, I will like to mention this particular lube shop. Immediately, almost immediately, the manager was pretty new, so he didn't know what to do. But they did pay for towing. They are paying for the bill to get the car fixed. And the customer has no financial liability in any of this. And they owned up to their mistake, and he sincerely apologized to the customer. We got a call on a Saturday from her, frantic, as she should have been, and told us what happened. And so we went up to that particular lube shop and checked it out to make sure that she didn't get taken advantage of and they weren't trying to pass blame, which they didn't. But when we showed up, they were 100% acknowledging their mistake, and they did the right thing by getting it towed here and paying for that. So we're going to get this in the shop. We're going to get the proper fluid levels in it and do a proper service. And then we're going to take it for a test drive, and fingers crossed, this car has no other issues with the transmission. So when I talk to this particular lube shop, I will probably, if it does not have any immediate issues, I will at least give them some sort of, hey, if we have transmission issues down the road, 6 months, year down the road, then, they very well could be related. And then I'd be giving them a call, because miraculously, somehow, she was able to drive this car with no fluid in it from the bay to a parking spot. The tech did. And then the customer got in the car and drove it from a parking spot, and made it 3 parking spots over. And that was it. The car just said that she immediately realized that there was something wrong. The check engine light was on. The car was shuddering. So she pulled it into another spot and went right inside the store. So let's get this pulled in. Let's fingers crossed, everybody, that we can get this car taken care of with no major incidents, because this customer really needs her car. It's her only car. She does make money out of the car. She drives for Lyft. So she can't really afford to be down for too long. And if we have to put a transmission in this, it's going to take a little bit. So let's help her out. All right. We got it in the shop. Tried all our might to get it pushed in here. But let's show you guys this dipstick here. Nope. right there. That's where it's at. It should be down here. See how far over that is? Right there. That is our mark. But we were way up here. We'll show you again. Yeah. Get your aim down a little bit more. So our mark is over here. We're way up there. So, if we're going to get this up on jacks and get up underneath it. Drain the oil. Replace that filter. I know they put a new one on it, but we're still going to do that anyways. Yeah. I'm still a little out of breath. It was hard pushing that damn thing. Anyways, let's get to it. All right. So right here, oh, get a flashlight for y'all so you can see. That's the drain plug for the oil. You can see the tamper seal is still on it. Back here, that's your transmission. And you can clearly tell they absolutely drained it. So let's hope we don't have any catastrophic damage in there. Same goes for the engine, because you can actually damage an engine by overfilling your oil. And so this would be about 5 quarts overfilled. So let me get y'all put in a spot over here. Here we go. Let's get y'all nice and comfy. Whoop. Yeah, can you see that? Drain pan, oil, bolt. Yep. Okay, good. Actually give you a little downward view. Perfect. Let's get that drained. While y'all are down there staring at that oil pan bolt, just remember, they did own up to this. You know, people make mistakes. It happens. But it's how they handle those mistakes, you know, how they learn from them. You know, I'd be lying if I told you I've never made a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. But I've always owned up to my mistakes. I've always tried to fix my mistakes. And that's what makes a place fairly reputable, in my opinion, is them owning up, trying to resolve the issues, and get the customer ultimately taken care of, which is what they're doing here. So, we won't be giving any names on who this was. More of an informational video on what to do if this happens to you. Yeah, we're back. Let's see here. There we go, it's that one. And we're doing this on jacks because we only have the one left, and that lift is kind of still tied up with our own little oopsie. So, just so y'all know, it's Sunday. We're not even open the day. Doing this out of a courtesy because they really need the car. Oh yeah. That's a lot of oil. Oh man. Well, let's hope we didn't do any damage to the engine. Here. Yeah, my bucket's at the 10 quart line right about now. Just barely under it. So there you go, 10 quarts of oil. Here. Oh, get a flashlight for y'all. Alright, that should be good enough. Yep, that come out exactly 10 quarts. Way too much. There we go, good day. Oh, now my hand's all oily. Been in the bucket there. That little mark, it's hard to see it because it's just barely under the oil, but there's a 10 quart mark right down there. The mark above that's 15. So, way overfilled. Oh, because they drained it from here instead up here where it's hidden. That's why you gotta pay attention. Pay attention to what you're doing. Slow down. I get everybody's in a rush and everybody's trying to hurry, especially if you're a tech on flat rate. It happens, but whether you're a tech on flat rate or paid by the hour, slow down. It ain't worth these kind of mistakes. These kind of mistakes cost jobs. And I don't know what happened to that tech that did this, but we all make mistakes. Hopefully she didn't exactly get fired for it. I understand some of y'all in the comments are probably, chopping at the bits to get her fired, but don't need to do that. Accidents happen. They're handling it. It is now up to the lube shop to decide what they're going to do with their employee. All right, we'll see up top. All right. Now, oil filter in this car, it's right here on the top. So, it's kind of an odd spot for them, but in my opinion, makes it so much easier to get to. It's right here in the top. It's a canister, not the cartridge style, so let's see if we can get this thing off of here real quick. Hey, she actually put it on there pretty good. Let me get my filter pliers. All right. Small filter. Give it a squeeze and a turn. There we go. There we are. That filter is off of there. Let's grab our new filter. Get a little bit of oil on our finger here. You want to rub that seal around that oil filter right there. Get it oily. And then our filter goes on. Give it a good crank. You want to go hand tight, unless they're in a terrible spot and hard to get to, and then you can give it a little bit of a turn with some pliers, but hand tight should suffice. I mean, hand tight, as tight as your hand can get it. I mean, just put it on there. Just don't do that with pliers. It's a bad idea. All right. Fill caps right here. And we are putting in 5 quarts of 020 full synthetic. There we go. Whoop, there we go. You don't want to drip all over the customer's car, drizzling and making a mess. All right. Put that down. Now, we'll check the oil just to make sure we're not too far off. Don't see how we could be. We actually drained the proper one. So, right there is our fill mark. You can just see it. I don't know if you can see it in camera, but we are good. You can see a little bit above, but that's because, like I said, it was overfilled. So that tube this goes down in is going to have a little residual there. But you can see it doesn't get solid until after that mark. So, We are full to the proper level. And now we go down to the transmission. We'll get that filled up, and then fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, this should be good. All right. Now let's get this drain plug out of here, or fill plug technically. There it is. Oh, that's a little tight. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. We'll unscrew that guy. Let's set him over here. Grab oil drain bucket, because we're gonna make a little bit of a mess when this dribbles out. Okay. Now, this little guy right here is where our fluid's gonna come from, and we're gonna fill it until it kind of a little bit comes out. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
You stop?
Yep, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh goodness. All right, let's let that run down for a little bit. Yeah, got bored and looked away, and then it decided it was full as soon as I decided to look away. You know what they say, a watch pot doesn't boil. Apparently a filling transmission doesn't fill until you're not watching it. Alright. Get that on there. Oh, ratchet's all covered in oil. Yummy. Let's get that snug down. All right, let's get y'all out of here, and let's see how it does. There you go. Transmission, secondary oil pressure sensor performance. A whole bunch of transmission codes. And then some not so much transmission codes, but we are interested in those transmission codes. So we'll let it finish the scan. And then we'll clear all them codes out. There we go. That saved it, so we now have all those codes saved. And now we're clearing. All right. We'll let that do its thing, and then we'll come right back. All right. Codes are cleared. Turn the key off. We gotta cycle it. Let's just bring this with us. Oh, goodness. Key off. All right. Let's just start it up. Don't have any funky noises. That's good. Put it in reverse. We got it in reverse. Neutral. Yeah. Get y'all better luck. It's going in. It's shifting into those gears, so. We don't have any check engine light. So we'll let's get it off these jacks. We'll bring you back. Alright. Got it off the jacks before we go on our drive. Since we changed the oil. Let's check the oil. It's one thing you should always do after you change it. Start it, let it run, and then check it. And see, it's a little bit low. So, we're gonna add about a quart to that. There's some oil jug. Perfect. Boop. All right. All right, check the oil again. Beautiful. Smidge over, but we're not 5 quarts over. So let's get this hood closed. Take it for a quick little spin. See how it shifts. Well, so far so good. This is a CVT transmission, so RPMs are a little bit high usually on those. Typically a little bit higher when they're shifting than your average car, but the benefit, if you want to call it a benefit to a CVT, is that they don't really, like, you can't really feel the shifting. It's really smooth in the gears because it's not technically a gear. It's basically a CVT belt that is against 2 pulleys that adjust. It's like a tapered pulley like this, and they adjust the width of the pulley, which then brings the belt either deeper into it or further up, and that is how it shifts basically, because there's no actual gears. It's just changing the gear ratio by changing the width of the pulleys. Yeah, it seems to be doing pretty good. No complaints from me. Nothing's real harsh, no shuddering. Doesn't feel like it's slipping or anything. All right, let's see if we can give it to Beans. Let's see what it does. I mean, she's a turd, but it definitely did not slip. So how did everybody's Mother's Day go? Anybody have a good Mother's Day? Any mothers out there watching the video, happy Mother's Day. I mean, it'll be late tonight by the time y'all see the video when I get it posted and edited. But it is Mother's Day today, so happy Mother's Day. All right, let's get it pulled back up here into the shop. Well, test drive seemed to go pretty good. I don't know if you noticed the window. We always roll the windows down in cars when we pull them into the shop, because we leave the keys in the car, and there are a lot of vehicles that will lock the doors automatically. And the last thing you want is to have to try and get in the car because you lock the keys in it. So, rule of thumb, pretty much for any new techs or any techs in general, most techs already know this, but when you pull a car into the shop, roll the window down. If the windows don't roll down, and there's an issue with the window, then take the key out. Never leave a key inside of a vehicle. I've seen it happen. I've had it happen. Cars will lock themselves, especially aftermarket alarms. More specifically, they will automatically lock. My truck and Point is got an alarm on it, aftermarket. It locks the doors after 30 seconds when someone gets out of it. I have locked myself out of that truck more times than I can count. So, roll the window down. And there you have it. Did pretty good. We're going to get back under there. We're going to check that fluid. And make sure everything is copacetic. And it's looking promising, guys. Looking very promising. All right, let's get this thing jacked back up. It's some oily mess down here. We had a car in here before this that also had a rear main leak, just like that truck over there. Get that drain plug back out, or fill plug. Excuse me. Keep calling it by the wrong name. Well, looks like we need to add more. Alright. Coming back in. This guy. Open the valve here. And then we wait. Oops, there it is. That's it. Alright. We are good and full and warm while it's running. So we'll do one more test drive. Make sure it's operating as it should still. And we will be good to go. There we go. Let's wipe up our mess real quick. There we go. Perfect. Alright, let me get y'all situated and we'll go for a ride. Hope you enjoy the new view that we got going on today. Now that we have some better equipment, we can actually, get y'all in some better spots, some better angles, get some better shots. So, we will continue these fun little shots and see what you think. Tell me what you think of the shots. Would you like to see some different ones? Maybe put the camera in some different places? But so far, so good. It's shifting flawlessly and beautiful, which is probably the best outcome of the whole situation. We're very thankful it didn't become worse, and we didn't have to replace a whole transmission. Now, granted, there may be a possibility of complications later down the road, but at this point, I don't think so. So we'll put a clause. We'll keep a back door basically open with this particular quick lube shop, and we'll make sure that they understand that at the moment it is functioning, and there's no apparent issues. But if we have issues in the near future, they will most likely be related to the, well, I mean, moving it with no fluid in it. I mean, that's, you wouldn't drive a car with no oil in it. Kind of the same thing with transmission fluid. It's not good on them. I mean, granted, I was even surprised the car made it out of their bay with no oil in it. Really kind of surprising. Most vehicles, when you don't have any fluid in it, it's not moving. You can't even get it in gear. Now, this is a CVT, so maybe that's the reason why it did still move. But at the same time, they can cause damage. So we're going to keep an eye on it. We're going to keep a close eye. Same with the engine. Overfilling it with oil is not great on them. As quick as they caught it, I highly doubt it's going to cause any damage to the engine. If it was driven long term like that, or few 50, 100 miles, then yeah, I could see that causing damage to the engine. But with as short as it was ran, I don't think it's going to have any long-term effects. So we'll keep an eye on it. But the car didn't even start smoking when they did move it and had it running with that much oil in it, and that's pretty much the biggest indicator that it's overfilled on oil. Is it'll start smoking. You'll get oil past the rings. It'll burn oil really bad. If it continues that way, you get carbon buildup in the engine and the valves, and it blows out seals because of crankcase pressures and PCV system issues. So just kind of keeping an eye on it, but I severely doubt that it caused any damage long term, as little as it was run. And kind of the same with the transmission. I don't think this transmission is going to have problems. It's shifting smoothly. We're not having any problems out of it. It's doing great. So we're going to give the customer a call, and we're going to give her the great news. And she's just going to be over the moon about it, because she was very upset. She was crying and just angry, and I mean, she had every emotion under the sun yesterday, and I really felt for her. I did. So that's why we're here, getting this taken care of on a Sunday, on Mother's Day, because we care about our customers. We really do, and we want to make sure that they're well taken care of. So I guess that's about all I've got for this video. What did we learn? Quick lube shops, they are not the worst thing in the world if you go to one that you trust and you don't have any issues with. But be aware, a lot of the technicians in there are young. They're usually just starting out in their careers, or they're interested in starting in a career working on cars, and so they don't have any experience. So the most experience they have is the training that the corporate company or wherever they start on at gives them. And sometimes that's inadequate, or sometimes it's just they're young and they don't pay attention to the important details, or really understand that you can do some severe damage if you don't pay attention to what you're doing. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. If you're enjoying the content, subscribe. We have more coming. We have several bigger jobs that we need to get recorded. I mean, we have so much work we got to get done. It's amazing. We just started this business not even 2 years ago, and we're over the moon with it. But if you like the channel, like the content, subscribe, leave a comment down below Have you ever had this happen to you? Have you ever had a lube shop just destroy your car? Thankfully, in this situation, I think we saved it. I don't think it destroyed anything. If there's any updates in the future, I will be sure to let y'all know. Thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one.